Alright guys, welcome to another video. So I really wanted to discuss this specific topic, and actually it's something which I got from, well, I was having a discussion with my friend yesterday, and I was explaining to him about how habits can be broken permanently, or like how negative habits can be converted into something positive. And yeah, I just really wanted to kind of share it because it's not an easy thing, I understand, because a lot of people might be having, ahead of the new year, they might want to have a New Year's resolution of having new goals, setting new, making positive change within themselves. But to do that, sometimes we try and say these things and don't actually live up to doing them. I know from personal experience that's happened to me. There's been many New Year's resolutions which I've had where I would say, this year I want to, gain this amount of weight. This year I want to be able to bench press this amount. But when the end of the year comes, I never actually do it. But there's a reason for that, and that's because realistically, the habit that gives you that result has not been ingrained. The habit that's meant to be, that fuels the end goal, that fuels the end product that you want to have, has not been conditioned within yourself for you to go out there and actually achieve that. And I was speaking to my friend, and actually one of the things that he wanted to improve on this year is his eating out bad habit. This is something which I personally have experience with, especially during university, where I would literally order Uber Eats or Deliveroo whenever. And the two main reasons for this is because of convenience. It was so easy to just open up the app and then just choose. You got like a list of menus, the cuisines at your disposal. Just choose and it comes to you in half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. It's like, that's just so, like, a couple of steps and you got hot food at your door. And obviously the negative effects from that is, number one, your diet is like, it's not the healthiest foods, and number two, it's the money. You don't even realize that especially when you're a student and you're spending so much on Uber Eats and Deliveroo and all that fast food delivery takeaway, you're sacrificing your diet there and your health. So your health, your finances are a big blow on this. Like it hits hard. It does. And so this is something that my friend is currently struggling on, and I gave him my method where I kind of overcame this. But I want to really link it into the idea of changing, turning negative habits into positive ones. Because let's say you're a gamer, right? And let's say you're meant to wake up quite early. Maybe you have a job, maybe you go to school, you go to university. But, because you love gaming, like, you just end up staying past 12, maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m., maybe even later. And that really has a negative impact on your sleep. And sleep, we all know, is one of the most important, if not an important factor for your mental health, your function, your cognitive function, the way you think, obviously, that same thing, your mood, how things regulate, your hormones, how they regulate, and it really does have so much impact on the rest of your life that sleep has to be kind of on point. And this is a bad habit pattern. It's because of that initial dopamine that you need from gaming, that you get from gaming, that you kind of need to have that fulfilled. Now, one end of the spectrum here, and this is quite common, myself included, did this, where I just completely shut something down, completely cut it out from my life. And there's the bad thing about this is, first of all, you might completely be able to not game, or not eat junk food, whatever it is, out of your life, complete, like straightforward. That you can implement this straight away. So maybe for a week, maybe for 2 weeks, maybe even for a month, you might be able to get away, and that's great. But there will be a time where you relapse. There will be a time where you're like, you know what, I really miss, let me just play one game and let me just have that one cheat meal that will, you know, and all of a sudden it just negatively spirals down, and you go in, you keep going for that dopamine that you once had. So completely cutting it out your life is actually having an adverse effect, because you're prolonging the need for that dopamine hit. So when you do relapse, that hit is just going to hit like a train, and you just want that initial rush again and again. And this is something that you need to be aware of. So personally, I wouldn't really want to completely cut it out. Instead, you'd want to substitute it for something different, and you want to gradually decrease that negative habit. What I mean by this, right? So first of all, let's just take the food example, where you are spending so much money on takeaway fast food. What are the negative effects on this? Number one would be your health. All right. If you're someone that likes to take, you should really like prioritize your health, because it means longevity for yourself, your body, your mind as well. So having fast food really does damage that, especially on a very consistent basis. So you need to be, obviously you're probably aware of this, and if you're someone that goes to the gym, that likes to work out, it's not going to help you. Number two obviously would be the finances. You'd be spending, I don't know how much a meal is, probably like £8-9, £10, £15. But if you do this like a couple times a week, let's say you do this 3 or 4 times a week, that's like anywhere between £20 to £40, dollars or whatever, just gone in that 1 week. And if you times that by 4, you've got about $80 at least just gone. So what I want to this is what the solution to this. Next time you have the thought of wanting to like buy some fast food, if you have Monzo, obviously this is nothing sponsored, but I love Monzo, and because you can create these pots, if you could create a separate pot and you just rename it like breaking the fast food habit, or like or if there's something you want to save up for, that could be used as a name. But next time you really want to spend that £8 on that meal, transfer it straight away into your pot, okay? And initially this is going to be difficult, but go and make some sort of food. Now, it is obviously the convenience is a big factor from you buying a fast food, like a meal, right? So if you can just identify it, you transferred the money already to the pot, go ahead and make a meal. It doesn't matter how good the meal is, as long as it's edible and as long as it will, be it's healthy and it will not make you hungry, then that's fine. And then try and make a conscious effort to progress on the way you prepare food and you cook food, and maybe look at a new recipe once a week and try to attempt it. And over time, by you trying to push this new habit over the old habit, you start replacing things instead of you cutting it out. And I would say you can still order fast food, but if you're someone that orders it all the time, cut down on it. Maybe just have it once a week. Maybe keep it as like a premium. Maybe on a Friday evening, you'd want to enjoy your fast. That's fine, but like cut down on it. Don't necessarily completely cut it out, but cut down on it. And with time, you should be able to eradicate it and actually replace it. You fill the void now with a new positive habit. You can now cook your own meals, and they're starting to taste pretty good and they look pretty good, but you've also saved money, and you can use that specific money on something like going away for a weekend, going on a trip, or if you've been wanting a specific item, you can go ahead and buy it. that's something tangible that you can say that, whoa, let's say you bought a new pair of trainers with that, right? That's something tangible. You can be like, I used this money that was meant to be going for food, but I actually got something out of it, and I really like it. And so on, this becomes a thing, you know. If you were to go on holiday, let's say you wanted to just go abroad for a weekend, and you can literally use that money that you would have spent on fast food and go abroad, and that's an experience ticked off your bucket list. You made new memories there. So the idea is to replace old habits with positive ones, but it's a gradual change. You shouldn't really cut it out completely, because you'll only relapse, really. But no, it'll be interesting to hear what you guys think. This is quite a topic where I feel a lot of people do struggle on, myself included. But it's something that you can build into yourself. Like, obviously, like, because we're always in a fixed kind of environment, like a routine, right? And if you want to try something new, it's gonna be difficult. It really is going to be difficult, because you're not used to that change. But once that difficulty becomes part of your normal routine, it's now a positive habit, and you can actually benefit from that. So now that you know 6 months down the line, you be cooking like great meals, or like you're consistently going to the gym at 3-4 times a week, and as a positive effect from that, your diet has been sorted. You know, you're starting to feel good from that. You know, you're starting to look good in terms of being in shape, also in just terms of feeling good as well. But it can be anything. Like, even if you were to fix your sleep, that has so much potential to fix a lot of things, you know. But yeah, that's something I just wanted to touch on. Hope you guys have a lovely Christmas, and I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.